back once again with another review for you. And today we're looking at G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra, Dreadnok, Ripper. One of the classics in the line from the original Dreadnok team. I can't wait to crack into this one. I've only seen good things from photos to people talking about it, and hopefully it makes up for my thoughts on Buzzer. So let's, pardon the pun, rip into it. Alright, so some great art on the front, which does go hand in hand with the Buzzer art, which we can probably put there as a little bit of a comparison. They don't join up per se, it's just, Ripper's standing in a different position, but cool nonetheless. And you got some grape soda cans in there for good measure, which I wish had come with either of these guys as an accessory, but perhaps we'll see that with Torch. I think that would be a good look, considering that he only came with the one kind of accessory back in the day, which was the flamethrower that he had. But alas, I digress, and this is all about Ripper today, so let's go over that. He is number 102 in the line. Looking at his specialties, now one of these is obscured. It is a skull and crossbones that we're looking at here from the left. And he is a level 2 in that. And the skull and crossbones represents mercenary. And yeah, he's a level 2. The next one over is a sword, and that is for bladed weapons. He's a level 4 in that, which makes sense when you consider his loadout. The next one over, which is a little bit hard to see, but it's like a parapet, I guess you would call it, from a castle. And it means siegecraft. He's a level 1 in that. And last but not least is also a little bit difficult to decipher unless you've got really good eyesight. And basically it's a money bag and a briefcase, and that stands for black market deals. And he's a level 2 in that, which, considering he is a biker, makes a whole lot of sense. But that's enough about that. That's the artwork, so on and so forth. Let's crack open the box and have a look at what's inside. So I freed him from his cardboard coffin. And already I'm more impressed with the detailing of this figure than I am with Buzzer. So yeah, it's a pretty cool art there. Very reminiscent of Lenny if he was having a bad day. But let's have a look at the figure, because that's why we're here. Look at that face sculpt. Now, if we can get it in close enough, we might be able to see his smiley face eyeball. It's a bit tough to see maybe, but it is there. He's got his razor blade necklace. Got a razor blade hanging off his ear like an earring. Got the grenades here. Knife sheath here. Nice camo on the upper. Belt buckle is plain. There's no cod piece kind of action going on here, and that's fine. Love the spiked wristband. That's very cool. Nice detailing there, and it's actually spiky. And so is the armband, but that also can move up and down. Got a lot of ink, which is cool. That appears to be a Reaper on his left shoulder, I think. So let's see if I can get that in closer. Have a look. Yep, pretty cool. And you got another one over here on the other arm, which is like it looks like almost like a Japanese kind of inspired artwork. And then the next one, what is that exactly? I can't tell, maybe claws or something? Like demon's claws or something? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got the chain hanging off his pants here. Denim look going on. Holster over here. Boots are cool. Yeah, very cool figure thus far. Very cool indeed. So let's we bust this open and get him all geared up. All right, I've gotten all the accessories out of the bag, so I'm going to have to rustle through that. Excuse me. So let's start with the first one I pick up, and that is this very, very, very cool trench knife. Love it. The handle is sick. We haven't seen this accessory in the line before, I don't believe. Nice detailing on there. Fantastic accessory. Dig it immensely. Let's go and pop ahead and pop that up in her. It's just going to sit there like so. Wunderbar. All right. Stay there, you geezer. Now he doesn't want to stand up. Being difficult, as you can expect from a Dreadnok. All right. So this was inside one of these to keep it straight, and I can report that other than the blade, which tip of the blade, which is a little bit bent, the rest of it is straight as a die. And this is a nice accessory. It's not gummy. It's got quite a solid build to it. The blade is gummy because, you know, we don't want kids poking their eyes out, of course. Thank you, Hasbro. But yeah, very reminiscent of the original that came with the V1 back in the 80s. I dig it. And there's also a clip. Sorry, not a clip. A magazine. A magazine. Adam, already been corrected on that one time before. That should just pop into here like so. Boom. And there's his rifle. Always loved this as a kid, even though I never had this figure. It's great. It's got, like, you know, a sickle. It's almost like a sickle bayonet. Very cool. Next up, you've got sidearm, which is also an edged weapon for close quarters combat. If you run out of bullets, just start getting stabby. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna just chuck that in the holster here, like so. You know, this is the thing with this figure is the accessory in the loadout obviously match the figure, but they're different. You know, they're not different in terms of, like, you know, veering away from the original, but I mean, there's no reuse, and it's like, it suits the character. Very, very cool indeed. The big test. Glasses. Because if you watched my buzzer video, and if you've seen many things online, you'll know just how trash they were. Now, these should sit on his face in a way that they won't fall off. We'll soon find out. Pop them over his ears. And look at that. Not falling off. They sit there as they should. This is what quality looks like. Hasbro. Can't be more impressed with that. All right. Last but definitely not least, his jaws of death. Because let's be honest, he's not using these to save lives. He's using these for destruction. They're functional. Very cool. Now, I don't know if he can sling them on his back though, but I could be wrong. Some nice detailing here in the exhaust port at the back. It's supposed to be electric charge, so it wouldn't be really, I guess it's an air intake more than an exhaust. I don't know. I don't use these for a living. Maybe a fireman can jump in the comments and tell me. Yes, there is a backpack peg here. So theoretically, I'm assuming he can hold the rifle there when he's using the jaws. Should just pop on. Boom. That does. Now the question is there a part? I don't think they do. Just looking closer at it. Doesn't appear to attach anywhere. If I am incorrect, feel free to shout it out in the comments as well. But yeah, that is Ripper. Now, I just want to see how he is in terms of his limbs. Shoulders appear to be working pretty good. Love that. arm wise. Yep, good bend at the elbows. This arm band keeps coming down a little bit. Yep, no issues there. Flex on them. Legs, let's have a look. Yep, they're coming up good. Now this one, oh, that's a bit stiff for that one, but all good. Drop down hips are still there. Yep, cool. Let's try this one. Yep, relative ease. Kicking his own ass, no problems. Check out the ab crunch. Yep, that's full extension there. His neck, let's take the glasses off for a second. He's got the neck where it moves forward a fraction, and you can look far, down that far. Full twist there. The mullet, the mohawk does get a bit in the way of the secondaries, but you can still pivot his head around. But yeah, all good. Not an issue. Not one. Not a single one. Love it. Better get these on him, eh? See how well he can hold this. He's probably up there in terms of my favorite Dreadnok characters. I'm a fan of Monkey Wrench, though. He was actually my first Dreadnok as a kid. It's being a bit difficult to hold this handle. Just twist that hand out a bit. Because the handle does move, see? So getting that in is a little tricky, but if you fiddle around with it, you could. But personally, I prefer this weapon for going into battle. I've just lost the magazine somewhere, so I have to come back to that. Sometimes these fingers are a lot easier to get into the trigger guard than others. He's badass, man. Look at him. Just ready to wreck shit. Now, where did that magazine go? Alright, so I have attached the magazine back into the rifle here. Just be mindful of that. If it doesn't have a very big area for it to clip into, so it could be easily lost. So it might be something you may consider gluing in, or just keeping a good eye on. I have light colored carpets, so I found mine pretty quickly. So with that in mind, I'm just going to pop his glasses back on his head. Pop that there. I think it's outstanding. I can't fault it at all, which is amazing. Hasbro have outdone themselves with this one. It's just a bit bittersweet, simply because, you know, his compadre Buzzer didn't hit the same highs for me. And that was not just the glasses issue. You can go back and watch that review if you want to see me talk about that. There's a gridiron loadout for him, and I might have to order that. But with Ripper here, I don't really feel the need to add anything to him. He's got everything that he needs to be, the quintessential Dreadnok that he is. So on that note, it's time for my score for this guy, and he is going to be bestowed the prestigious 5 shark rating, which I think is the only second time now that I've given a 5 shark rating in all my reviews. But he is more than worthy of it. If you don't have Ripper, grab him. Don't hesitate. If you see him, buy him. You won't be disappointed. So on that note, just like to say thank you for those who have tuned in to check out the review. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to look at my other videos and throw me a sub if you feel like you enjoy what you see. I have been a little bit behind with my reviews in the last couple of weeks just due to my workload, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay, and I still have more reviews coming. So Thanks again for checking out the channel. Thanks again to those of you who already subscribe and always, check out my reviews and comment on them. Appreciate all 375 of you. So have a great day, and until next time, Yo Joe.